Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Your host Superman in the house, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and of course, get into some of the social side today. We're gonna covering the social side while we wait for some of the big projects to launch. They've got certain things that they step through, like oracles and things like that. We're going to be just covering a few other things. We're gonna get into socials today. I'm gonna be covering. We're gonna do some data overview on another day, maybe tomorrow. On how everything is performing on Pulsechain from a data point of view. And we're going to get into a lot of how-to videos, how to onboard, how to do swaps and things like that, cross-chain, fiat on-ramps and all that sort of stuff. So that's all the sort of stuff coming up in the week ahead. So I hope you guys enjoy that. We are expecting fiat still to launch, still expected this week. So we'll see how that goes with the fiat launch, a fork of Aave. That's pretty much where we are at the moment. Let's get into the chat and say hello. We've got a few people in the house, so let's do that. Before we do that, though, let's let me just pause this video I've got here, and we're going to pull up the view. Bam, let's pull it up. Bam, that is the Hex Pulsechain Tour bus there with SJ Wild. Big shout out to SJ Wild. Takes a lot of effort and organization to get these things up and running. So big shout out for SJ Wild's leadership and execution's been absolutely amazing. And the Pulsechain Tour bus looks awesome. It really does look great. Really does stand out. So a big shout out to SJ Wild in the house. On the front lines, as we say, on the front lines. Also, we got Lies Beneath the Truth in the house there. Good to see you. And very good today. It's raining here. Apparently, who is it? The World Economic Forum and all that, they're spreading this word about the year of the boiling, climate boiling is what they're trying to use now. They just keep ramming up. See, climate change didn't quite scare people, so then they started organizing their coordinator. It came out at the same time, and they started doing I can't even remember half the words now because I just blocked them out of my mind, but they just keep changing the words to make them scarier and scarier and scarier. Climate crisis was the next one they had. Climate crisis, they came out with that, and now they've got climate boiling. Are you scared yet? Are you really scared? Well, I tell you what, it's raining a heck lot here. It just keeps raining and raining and raining, and it's cold. So that's pretty much it. All right, let's move on. We got Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX incentive for the win, 100%. Big shout out the golden standard of Richard Hart Crypto, and of course we love it. We love it. Dollar cost average. It's still early in the chain period. And of course, we're coming up. I think it's day 90 today. We're coming up to day 90, which is 3 months. 3 months of Pulsechain. And of course, dollar cost averaging in the early period, 3 to 6 months at least, is the way to go. We got Wookie in the house as well. Wookie is driving a bus today as well. Nice one. Perfect timing, Wookie. Perfect timing. You have to let us know a bit more detail than that, though, Wookie. Where are you driving to? Does it have a Pulsechain label on it? Let us know. Katie in the house as well. Hello, world. Good to see you, Superman. Let's roll. Absolutely, Katie. One of our two community leaders. And I wanted a big shout out to our Discord. We got a bunch of team of moderators and the two community leaders, Brian and KD. Big shout out to all of you guys and keep up the great work. You're helping onboard people onto Hex and Pulsechain. You guys are really supportive. And of course, you help keep the Discord safe from spammers and things like that. So big shout out for that. Who else is in there? We got Wookie. Wookie is dominating the chat today. Well done, Wookie. Also, we've got Archie is in the house. Hi, all. Good to see Archie. Sandy Beach as well. With the big Heidi hi and Heidi ho, everybody. Good to see everybody as well. Sandy Beach says, I did make some videos of my workout today, but I have to vent them first before I post them. Cool. Well, we're actually going to be covering Sandy Beach today. Sandy Beach is on the list today, on the menu. So we're going to be talking about that. Health and fitness in crypto is so important, and Sandy Beach is absolutely killing it out there covering that topic. So if you want some inspiration, check out Sandy Beach. We're going to talk about that later. We've got Adam Chadwick as well. So good to see you, Adam. And, of course, we've got the Go Pulse Hex Win in the house there. Hi, all. Good to be part of such a great community and thought leaders. Thank you all for your help. You all know who you are. Says Go Pulse Hex Win. Big shout out to you. Welcome to the chat. We got Charity as well. Hello, Warriors. Good to see you, Charity. Warriors, I like that one. That says we're on the front foot. We're on the front foot. Terry Docs as well. Hey, everybody. Good to see you, Terry Docs. Who else has jumped in there? Crypto Jack 3 smashed the like button on the way in. You definitely smashed the like button on the way in. I guess we should probably encourage you a bit more on this channel. If you're new to the channel, of course, subscribe. Now, we've got Hex Token channel and Superman Crypto. We're streaming over 9,600 subscribers, heading towards 9,700. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're watching this after the live stream, definitely subscribe as well. And hit that like button and hit the bell for future videos. That always helps too. Humberto's in the house there. Yo. Cheers, Superman. Cheers from sunny Dominican Republic. Yeah, boy. Good to see Humberto as always. And we've got people around the world watching this channel, and so really appreciate it. And very cool. I should say channels because of Superman Crypto and Hex Token channel. Brendan Eslick says, stay on track, Super. Morning, folks. Hey, Brendan, appreciate that. And definitely smash the likes from Hectrog. Who else has jumped in here? We've got PSI as well. Anyone else think that when Liquid Loans launches, altcoins will pump? Maybe people are not willing to sell their PLS for other tokens, but if they can keep their PLS and speculate, they will. That's right. That is a big part of Liquid Loans. We're expecting there's a lot of fundamentals come with Liquid Loans. And particularly it should be attractive to very large holders as well. And we know a lot of the large holders have not even moved their coins. So it could play out pretty well there. We're looking forward to it. It's not certainty, but we're playing probability, right? Probability, and it definitely might play that out. The cool thing about Liquid Loans too, I just want to add, is they're going to have incentives for their liquidity pool. And I think that's going to be real important. So kind of cool there, kind of cool. Drix is in the house there. Hey, Super. Good to see you. Good to see you, Drix, as always. Big shout out to Drix in the house. What else there? Let's have a look. Let's jump through here. We've got Knoxville as well. Woohoo. Good to see Knoxville. We've got quite a few. So good to see everybody in the house. We're up to about 25 people. That's going to probably continue to rise as we go through the live stream. So big shout out and a welcome. All right, let's get into it. So we've got the Pulsechain Tour is on. It's been on for a little while now. But of course, the bus is grabbing a lot of attention. And SJ Wild there, you can see SJ Wild on the picture there, taking in the mirror, taking a picture of the bus, which I think was pretty well planned there, but looking good there with the photo. So fantastic. I love the colors, super bright. Pulsechaintour.com, and yeah, got a big nice padlock on the door and a big handle as well. I guess you probably want that too. I'm not sure what's on the roof, but is it maybe solar panels and things like that? Some air conditioning? I don't know. It's got lots of things like that, utilities. It's got some cables and stuff running through it. Looks like it must have stuff like that as well. I wonder if it has a deck chair out there too. Who knows? Welcome to America. Now, SJ Wild says, get ready for the ultimate Pulsechain experience. Join the Pulsechain live tour, where we'll unravel the incredible journey of decentralized finance and explore the revolutionary Pulsechain ecosystem. And of course, retweet if you're excited and be part of it. So that's kind of cool. That's had 69,300 views, which is amazing. And I'm about to retweet it too, so I'll probably get a few more. If you haven't checked out that this is the starting tweet. If you haven't checked it out, go retweet that because it's pretty cool. So this is SJ Wild's account there. Don't forget to give SJ Wild a follow if you haven't followed SJ Wild. Now SJ Wild also has claim to fame for many other things. One of those is covering Richard Hart's book Survive. In audio format and video format now too, which is a big shout out to SJ Wild. Now let's jump over to the picture of the bus actually moving, because I did say the title of the video is "Join the Pulsechain Bus." And I'm not kidding. It's both literal and figurative. In fact, that you can join Pulsechain community and be on our Pulsechain bus because we're leaving the station, and of course Pulsechain is growing all the time. Now, it's also on the move. So Pulsechain is on the move, and we're on ending day 89, I think it is now, and about to start day 90, which is pretty cool. Now, and it's also actually on the move. So the bus is actually on the move. We're going to play a little video of that, which is kind of cool. Let's play that. So I think that's pretty cool. That is the Pulsechain bus actually on the move, which is kind of cool, right? I think that's pretty neat. So a big shout out for that. I'm just going to turn off my speaker phones here. I can hear the feedback. So there we are. That is the SJ Wild bus on the move. Let's do it one more time. One more time on that one. Let's go. Let's go on that. I hope you know it. All right, and a wave out the window as well. So I kind of like that. That's a lot of fun. So Pulsechain is on the move. Let's have a look at the itinerary for the education for the Pulsechain tour live. And of course, I'm going to post this in the chat there in a second. But the next city is coming up in 1 day and 12 hours and 18 minutes and 45 seconds, 44 seconds, 43 seconds, etc. So that's kind of cool. Fix the money, fix the world, Brooklyn. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be in New York and good old Brooklyn. I know that Christian, who's in our community, is from New York, and so he'll appreciate that. And of course, there's one of the New York bridges there as well. It's got quite a few bridges in it, at least a couple of bridges. And of course, there we are. The venue is going to be at 75 19th Street, 3rd floor, number 1, Brooklyn, New York, 1123-2. That is it. And it's going to be on the 12th of August. That's the next big venue. Now, the cool thing about this, you've got different ticket prices. You've got student admission, $25. You've got senior admission, $25. General admission, $35. A premium admission, $79. And a VIP admission as well. All tickets have been sold out, though, for that, apparently, which is kind of cool. Now, they've got a 3 million Pulse giveaway and a 2 million Pulse X giveaway at the conference there. So it's pretty cool. And obviously, they're doing talking around Pulsechain and crypto and fixing it up there with the old solutions that Pulsechain and Hex have, of course. And they've got the different ticket prices there as well. Now, it looks like they got sponsored by Internet Money Wallet, which is kind of great. The only native wallet to Pulsechain at the moment. Of course, we're all looking forward to the Heart Wallet at some stage, but that is where we're at the moment. We got 12th of August, early admission there. So 2 to 3 p.m. Early admission VIP meet and greet. And they've got Black Hexkin there and SJ Wilds, which is cool. And then at 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock is the seminar. And they've got the following people at the seminar: Mark Wild, Aubrey de Grey, and that's will be probably around long life and research and stuff like that. They got Corey Costa, who's an influencer in the space, and also the Captain RG3, who's an influencer in the space, and I think he was the co-producer of the High Stakes or something like that. And of course, then at 5 to 6 p.m., they got the happy hour, their networking session following that as well. So it's going to be quite cool. That is the next event. And of course, after that, they've got other events on the road trip as well. So very, very cool on the Pulsechain tour on that one. So I'm going to post a link to that. That is the next one coming up. So definitely check that out. If you're not in New York, then share it around to somebody that you have. Maybe you've got friends and family in New York, and you think that they might be a good way of them learning about Pulsechain, Hex, and everything else in crypto. Then you can spread that around. That'd be pretty good, right? So definitely share that around if you're not going. But if you're in New York, maybe consider purchasing a ticket and going along and supporting the old Pulsechain. Take a friend, something like that, or family member. That'd be pretty cool. So that is kind of cool, and we're excited about that. Now, obviously, I wanted to build on that. So Pulsechain Bus has moved both figuratively and in reality. And of course, it's getting exciting, right? We have a huge community. Some people say up to 300,000 strong, something like that. We have probably have at least 50 influencers or so covering us. We have well over 100, maybe even 150 influencers out there that have at some stage covered that have been part of the community. You know, people stop and start for different reasons. They have life things on and all sorts of stuff goes on. But you know, we have a pretty big thing. We have conferences, of course. Matty Allen runs those, and we have lots of other things on as well, like the Pulsechain tour there with SJ Wild. So we have so many things. High stakes, of course. And of course, I've just got this little clip of Johnny Chaos, and just talking about how strong our community is, and how other people try to attract the attention of our community in the Pulsechain Hex community. So let's watch this little clip from Johnny Chaos. Pretty cool.
Uniswap popular. We advertised for them. We told people to get off the centralized exchanges and use DEXs. And then it turns out they're gatekeeping pukes. Okay? And so this is not the first time. We made Nomics popular. And then Nomics turned our back on us. And guess what? Nomics doesn't have a website anymore.
Yeah. Guess
what? Uniswap, well, they lost about 37% of their volume as a result of this bullshit that they did. Okay. And CoinMarketCap has like a 1 rating now as a result of their gatekeeping and hiding us on page 3. We are the power, guys. You got to stop letting yourself feel powerless because the price chart doesn't look good right now. We have power. We are enforcing change. We are making people listen. We got a movie in 40 states about crypto. Who has done that? What community has done that? What community has gotten a 5-time Emmy Award winning crew to produce a movie for them and get it in 40 theaters throughout the United States and now going international? Who does that? How many coins out there have 50 plus streamers, known personalities? How many have 48-hour live streams with 70 different known personalities talking about their community and their coin? Who does that? Who gets more engagement than a Hexagons? And even the large influencers know it. And that's why they talk about us, because they aren't getting any engagement if it weren't for us.
So I thought that was a really good clip there, just showing how strong we are and how much stronger we can be. So I do encourage you out there, spread the word around Pulsechain and Hex, and yeah, you've got so much big community around you. So it really is going to be a lot of fun. We're still very early, day 89, starting day 90. I guess 3 months will be, if you want to look at 30-day months. Pretty cool. Now, one of the other things, of course, is that because we're early, getting more adoption, more network effect, all that sort of stuff is so important. The retail book plays a big deal. That's you and I, and of course, getting out there, spreading the word, as well as some of the big players in the ecosystem as well. Now, Richard's talked about how does Pulsechain grow, and we'll have a quick look at Richard's clip as well.
Yes, if it accrues so much value and gets so many users, yeah, the fees will go up, and you'll just get really, really rich holding Pulse watching. Oh no, more really, really rich people. Like, you can't, here's the thing. You cannot force a free market to keep things cheap, because then crappy use cases that aren't valuable will outbid useful and valuable use cases. And do you want your chain with limited capacity to be filled up with crap? No, you don't want your chain filled up with crap. You want it filled up with nice, good things. Well, then how do you know what the difference between nice and crap is? By bidding. And the people that see more value in the chain pay more to use the chain. And then your limited resource chain, through the bidding mechanism, is filled with the most valuable things that people can fill it with. And so this like socialist USSR decree that, oh, we're just going to have cheap fees forever, it doesn't work, because there's a finite amount of space and you have to allocate it to certain users. And who should you allocate it to? Those that can most afford it, because they're bidding with their money for how valuable the transaction is. So the solution to a limited resource isn't to screw around with the pricing. The solution to a limited resource is to create more of the resource. So the Ethereum chain is full. Great. Well, we're going to make one with 4 times more throughput, and it won't be full. It'll be empty, and let's go fill it up.
So I think that was a key part there. Gets the community just keeps getting out there and getting out there, onboarding more people, getting more people onto the chain. And of course, it is really the safe haven in crypto. We've seen Uniswap and MetaMask, people like that, caving in and going to the centralized control. And of course, we're in DeFi. We want DeFi to be the freedom of the people. Pulsechain really is the people's chain. So definitely there's a lot of benefits to Pulsechain in the future. And Richard set it up for that. He already saw all the stuff coming. And of course, it's our time to take up that mantle. So very, very cool. Now we've got a couple of comments in the chat before we get to the next topic. So let's get into those. We've got a few people in the house now. We've got Rich May in house there. TRH, PHEX, and PZen for the win. Nice one there, Rich. We've got Joey Torres as well. Good to see Joey. Check my pulse. What's up, Hexagons? Good to see Check My Pulse as well. PSI says, on your stream yesterday, I thought you mentioned that when you stake TRH, there is a tax. That is not true. No, that's not what I said, PSI. That's not what I said. All right, so there's a tax when you in-stake early. If you in-stake early, there's a 55% tax on the in-stake. That's what I said. Okay, so there we are. I've corrected that one. All right, what else we got to say there? We got Charity as well. Good to see Charity. Welcome to the chat. Who else is in here as well? Charity says, what's the difference between a fiat and PHEX? Fiat is a fork of Aave. It's kind of like a bank where you can deposit and borrow. And of course, if you hold the tokens, you can stake them if you have fiat tokens and earn a share of the profits. on the borrowing and lending there. And of course, what else we got there? The difference there is PHUX is a fork of Balancer. And of course, that is like a bit like an index yield farm pool. An index is made up of more than two, can be made up of more than two different type of projects or tokens, and you can have multiple tokens or projects in a pool. So you can have shared pools there. That way, it's a bit like diversification and investing, and that's what a balancer is. It's also got a superior constant function for stablecoins, swapping stablecoins, so that's closer to 1-to-1 compared to the formula that is the X times Y equals K formula used by Uniswap for most tokens of PRC 20s, ERC 20s, stuff like that. So yeah, basically they're both kind of in the lending game, but in the DEX game, but that's kind of the difference there. Fiat is quite sort of a simple version of a bank. PHUX is more complicated and offers more flexibility around those two things, having multiple tokens and good for stablecoin swapping, more efficient formula for that. All right, it's got a few other features as well, but those are the basics there. All right, who else has jumped in here? We've got Brendan as well. Bought my Hex cruise tickets in Sydney. Woo! Yeah, people have been talking about that in the Discord. I don't know if anybody else is going. I think Jeannie's going to that Hex cruise, so big shout out for that. You have to post some pictures of that Hex cruise in the Discord. I know that's going to look fantastic as well. Fiat has governance. It does have a governance in terms of allocating rewards to pools. So that's does have a governance there. Ivor as well. Hey guys, good to see Ivor. Charity says, I was going to get some Fiat, then I realized I don't really know what it is. Yeah, it's a good idea to have a look at the site there. Hey, look, maybe I will go through all of those platforms. Maybe that's a good idea, since there seems to be a little bit of confusion over I'll go through the PH Universe one. There's lots of other protocols in the space as well. Charity says, read their info on their website and Telegram. Fiat is leverage trading, I think. You can do basic leverage on there, yep, by borrowing money, yep. And when it's launched, PHUX is the DEX. Yeah, that's a DEX too, yep. Lending in a DEX in the sense got there. I think they got some DEX on there. What else there? We got Charity as well. Good to see Charity. I friggin' love Johnny. Says check my pulse. Yeah, I thought it was a great summary from Johnny. I loved playing when he pulls all that together like that. What else there? I got the power, says Christian. Absolutely. We are the force to reckon with, says Brown. Absolutely. We've got a lot of strong arms there. I like the attitude in the chat. That's very, very cool. Lots of hearts there from Robbie too. Hey, we've got Toby One in the house there. What's up, y'all? I don't know if you guys have been following Toby One. Toby One's been putting out daily Hex price updates, which have been really useful. I'm sure the community is very grateful there for Toby One. Although I do understand he's going to take a little bit of a break from crypto for a little bit, which is always good to do. It's good for the mental health and have a break, do something different. Look forward to you coming back, Toby One, on that. What a job moving all my assets of different wallets and get rid of MetaMask. Phew, says Expedition. Yeah, that's right, MetaMask. There, I don't know why they all part of that stuff. We've had problems with MetaMask with the privacy information too around your PC and IP and things like that. Hell yeah, says Adam. Hell yeah, I like it. All right, we got Lice as well. Hey, Lice, good to see you. Hey, yo. Who else has jumped in here? For rid of Ledger too. Yeah, that's true. Let me jump through some of those comments. What else there? Not tax or penalty yet. So 55% penalty, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're both interchangeable, really. You can be taxed. Tax feels like a penalty. Thank you, Suitman, says Charity. You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. Genuine. Yeah, absolutely. What else? It's all going to be equivalent. It's all equivalence to a cost, isn't it? If you're paying something, it's just the same thing ultimately. All right. Jenny says, hey, Hex Party Sydney cruise. Going to be great, says Genuine. Absolutely. Going to be absolutely fantastic. We've got Charles Stone as well. Hey, Superman. Hey, good to see you, Charles. Welcome. Hey, we're up to about 51 people now on the live streams. Big shout out to everybody watching on Superman Crypto and on Hex Token channel. Heading on towards 9,700 subscribers. Onwards and upwards for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now it's time to accumulate. These prices won't last long. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you on that, Charity. What wallet will switching to? Well, you've got a couple options. You've got Internet Money. There's a couple others out there. I think I might do a stream on that too. I know that Randy's got his wallet that he shells as well. They're all pretty good. So we'll talk about that a bit more. You're great to catch a stream, says the Tat Show. True. Hats off to you for streaming every day. I love it. I appreciate that, Charles. Very, very cool. If you aren't subscribed here and on Twitter, the Hex Token, you're missing out. Yeah, I think we're thinking of that Toby one. We're actually pretty close to where we're up to now. I think we're almost 2,996 followers on Twitter, because I wasn't on Twitter, right? So during all the boom time of all the sacrifices and stuff, I was not on Twitter because of the anti-free speech that they had on there. The left wings were controlling the platform, and there was no way I was going on there. But now that Elon's back on there, it seems to be heading in the right direction. It's not perfect, of course, but it seems to be heading in the right direction. So, definitely just follow me on there. It's kind of cool. Charity says, I was going to switch wallets to IM once they're out of beta. Yeah, I think that's kind of a fair play. Normally, you'd like to give wallets, like in the past, you'd give wallets quite a bit of time. But I think wallet development's a lot better and a lot faster now than it used to be. There used to be a lot of issues with, bridges and wallets and things like that, just because it was such a new technology. But definitely, I think things are better now. But I would like to see final audits and move to what we're calling V1 out of the final beta for Internet Money. But once again, it's up to you what you're going to do, of course. This is a free land, or at least in DeFi. Definitely worth trying there. But I think that's a reasonable bench line there as well. Now, obviously, a lot of people pick up Time Token and are earning share of the fees. And, of course, the more people that are swapping on Internet Money Wallet, the more fees there will be. And, of course, we want to replace MetaMask, right? These guys are such traders, against the freedom and DeFi space. And, of course, stopping swapping of Hex and things like that, just like Uniswap, not cool. And, so we've got to move forward. We are such a big community. We have such high engagement and such a, powerful movement. We can really start to impact these fake DeFis out there, things like that. Any singles going to the Sydney cruise, says Ivo. It's date night in Sydney for the community. All right. Rub the like button. Definitely smash the like button as well. Sandy Beach testifies Internet Money Wallet is awesome. That is true. And Toby One says, be sure to see the highest stakes still showing in 22 cities in the US. Second weekend box office is very important to eyeballs and Netflix, where we were number 19 opening weekend. I know it's fantastic. I actually showed it yesterday, Toby One, on the channel. And it's funny that you raised that, because that is my next topic. So let's bring it up. Don't forget, as I did yesterday, the highest stakes showing is coming up this weekend. Kinetics has got a post here on the 11th of August. And, of course, there are multiple cities again. And, Box Office Mojo had the highest stakes on there. It was pretty cool. Let's actually pull it up, because I think it's so cool to see the highest stakes on the box office. Before we do that, though, let's look at the cities that are coming up. Atlanta this weekend, 11th of August. Austin, Boston, Charleston, Charlotte, Chicago, Corona, Dallas, Denver, Dublin, Houston, Jacksonville, Las Vegas, Miami, and North Brunswick, Orlando, Portland, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, and San Diego, Seattle, I should say, Tampa, and Washington. Can't even say my words. Washington, D.C. There we are, the highest stakes. It's coming up, and that's kind of cool. Let's post that in the chat there if you want to go to the movies this weekend and watch some of the cool people in the community. Definitely check it out, because it's looking pretty good. And that is the highest stakes coming up this weekend. Take a friend. Take a whole ton of friends. Take some family members. Get out there and support it. And, of course, this will play into also phase 2 around streamings, OTTs. The streaming things, plays into that. So big shout out. And it's good to have Toby One, who is one of the producers of the show. So it's kind of cool on that one in the chat. All right. Let's bring up the Box Office Mojo. Box Office, let me type it properly. Box Office Mojo. And let's have a look at the rankings, because the highest stakes was definitely on there last weekend. Let's go to last weekend. That's a quick way of looking at it. And, we've got big rebel movies like The Sound of Freedom. So that's done very, very well. And we've got the highest stakes down here. Look at number 20 at the moment, it's saying on here on Box Office Mojos. It's got distributor Indian Pictures, Indican pictures. I didn't know that actually. Indican pictures there. 85,267, 40 theaters, and kind of cool. Now you got to remember that High Stakes in 40 theaters, but some of these top ones here, like Barbie, got 4,178 theaters. So that's you know, what's 100 times more theaters. So you got Meg 2 Trench there at 3,500 theaters. So these are the ones that take some of the top spots, obviously with the big marketing budget behind them as well, from Warner Brothers and Universal Pictures, etc. So that's kind of the play there. But to be on the list on the box office mojo is very, very cool. And look, we're above the Flash too. The Flash, whatever that is. I guess it's the Fast Guy. But we're above that. Pretty cool. I already got above us their first slam dunk movie. Kind of cool. So let's have a look at the highest stakes there. Looking pretty good. Now, we're going to have some international sales soon too, because it's going to the UK, right? So that's going to be very bullish, and hopefully it will get spread around the world a bit more too. So I know people in Australia and all around the world are wanting to watch it. Obviously, in New Zealand, we'll be keen to watch it too. Yeah, waiting for that. So kind of neat there. And that is pretty much it from the highest stakes. All right, that leads us into Sandy Beach. Now, we are very big believers on not only having fun with crypto and, of course, generational wealth changes, but also being healthy and fit for it as well. And, of course, many of us are following Sandy Beach's lead. Sandy Beach is an influencer on Twitter and, of course, a rising star, as I say. And, of course, does daily updates, or at least very regular updates around health workouts. And, of course, this is the one she posted on the 9th of August. She's in the chat, by the way, as one of our moderators. Today's workout, walk 2 miles in the park, and, of course, play some various artists in the music there. Always good to keep a bit of a beat in your step, as it were. Kind of cool. Now, if you've not actually walked before, anything like that, you know, you can check it out. So this is part of the video. Beach is even talking on this video, which is amazing. And it's a nice little section of little forest there as well. So very cool. It's always very good for your psychological health to get out in nature and stuff like that, having a good walk. I'll be going for my day 23 walk, even though there's rain out there. I'm going to go today. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try and get out there today, even with the rain out there. So wish me well there. Wish me luck on that one. I'll probably be as wet as a cat or something like that. But there we are. That is Sandy Beach. Now, if you haven't followed Sandy Beach on Twitter, Sandy Beach is doing really well. 3,328 followers. Yeah. All right. Going good. And nice one there, Sandy Beach. Let's post that. If you haven't followed Sandy Beach, definitely follow. If you want to start up fitness, or if you are into fitness, then perfect place to follow is, or perfect person to follow is Sandy Beach. Also one of our moderators in our community as well. So big shout out to Sandy. Sandy says, I have another video today, but I have to vent it out first. Nice. So look forward to that coming out. All right. So that's from Sandy Beach. And now, if you haven't really started, if you're either very overweight or you're very unfit, your cardio is really poor, I just say to start off really easy. And of course, if you have any issues, medical issues, seek medical advice, that sort of thing. But in any case, you can always start off really easy. Maybe just do 5 minutes, just walk down the end of the street and back, something like that. Maybe even 100 meters. If 100 meters is all you can do 100 meters, just whatever you feel is safe and comfortable, do that. And then, of course, if you don't like walking or anything like that, maybe think about walking in a pool or doing some light cardio in a pool. Yeah, just start off easy and ease into it. Get that cardio up, get your heart rate up, and do it safely. And then you'll find yourself getting better and better. You're probably within a week, you'll notice that some little things get better. And then within 2 weeks, you'll start to notice it sort of makes some, quite a difference. And then, of course, as you go further and further, you get fitter and fitter and fitter. And you just never know how fit you might get. It might be amazing. So that's pretty much it. All right, let's get into the crypto markets. We're at 35 minutes on the hour. We've got BTC at 29,577 at the moment. It's just mulling around in the 29s, but it's a bit stronger than it has been. That's kind of cool. And let's see if we can get over that 30K. We want a mini bull run. Bring it on, we want it. So stock markets had a pretty good performance lately. They've had a down day today, I think yesterday. But the stock market's been performing pretty well. We want to have a good performance on the crypto market too when you get that mini bull run. The Federal Reserve looks like inflation's coming down again. We've got inflation numbers coming out shortly. And, of course, that means the Fed's probably done its final rate at 5.5% on the federal funds rate. So if that's looking like it's almost locked in as the terminal rate, then we're looking good. We've got a big window of opportunity for moving forward. So we've got Ethereum there at 1855. That is pretty much flat today, and I guess everything else is pretty mixed, but pretty much just stable at the moment, or moving sideways. So that is pretty much it in the crypto. We've got Pulse at the moment. Pulse is at the moment quadruple 0544. But let's bring up Go Pulse, because I like to use that to kick it off. So we've got Go Pulse at the moment. Quadruple 0545, down 6% for the day. And we're at 55% of sacrifice price. So still dollar cost averaging zone. Still picking up some sweet Pulse. It's kind of cool. And that's where we are at the moment. Quadruple 05454 on the daily. Let's go to Pulsex at quadruple 017, only 17% of the sacrifice price, down 6%. And I think this is where a lot of opportunity is sitting in the Pulsex. We've still got all our big protocols to launch, Liquid Loans, Power City, PH Universe with the Fiat and Famous fork. We've also got some pretty big medium-sized projects like 9-inch to come out, and some more exotic plays. We're going to talk about that in other live streams. We've got this coming out. So at the moment, one Pulse, and of course, we've got the wild card of single-sided staking pool as well. Who knows when that will come out? That's also in the play as well. And of course, rumors of rumors about the Heart Wallet, because Richard tweeted something, indicative of that potentially yesterday. We've got the one Pulse at the moment equals 3.21 Pulsex. We've got the buy and burn at 336 billion at 1.616%. So 1.61% has been burned. So that's 335.5 billion Pulsex, which will never see the planet again. It is gone. Poof! It is gone. Magic like that. And there we are. So that's pretty much it on the buy and burn. That's continuing to go up, and will play a more important role later on. I think it'll play a more important role later on in the future. So we'll be watching out for that. But at the moment, it's tracking along very nicely. All right, that is pretty much the Pulsex price there, quadruple 01697 on the daily, to sort of see the chart since the beginning there as well. So let's jump back to incentive token, $2.53, down 7.5% at the moment. And with the ratios more important, 46,484 Pulse to one incentive token. So let's have a look at that. That is the trend is your friend. Obviously, it's just been slowly shedding its ratio at the moment. But let's see what happens with single-sided staking pools come out. The big leverage lending protocols coming out. The liquid loans of Power City with the liquidity fork protocols. We're looking forward to that too. And of course, at the moment, there's 7.7 million incentive tokens in existence, and 11,000 has been burned through the TYRH protocol from Jacob and the BNB bot team there. And yeah, that's holding up. So what we're expecting to see as well for Pulsex incentive is we've got these big lending protocols coming, and of course, we're waiting for the oracles to set up. So Fetch Oracle is really the trigger for these bigger protocols, and that includes not just Liquid Loans and Power City, but other DeFi protocols that will use those oracle calls. And also, we know that Jacob as well for PulsePot apparently is waiting for the oracle as well. So that's kind of holding things up a little bit. Now, even when the Fetch Oracle launches, it'll probably be a week or two before they actually get to launch their protocols, because they're going to have to see how the Oracle will run and operate. So they need to get some stability in that too, not just stability in Pulsechain. And I think the timing is really cool. The slight delay is actually really good for us because of the SEC Black Swan event. And of course, getting some stability back in the markets is really important. So I think the timing is going to be actually really perfect for that. And the teams are well aware of that. So that's kind of cool. We've got PHEX at the moment is at 1.04 cents. One PHEX will get you 191 Pulse at the moment. So it looks like a little bit stronger today. And of course, we've got one EHEX at the moment is at 52/100th of a penny, so just over half a cent. And of course, the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is 1.56 cents at the moment, so 1.56 cents. And the ratio of one PHEX to EHEX is 1 to 2.01. So basically 1 to 2 is that ratio. Obviously, PHEX is down 5.5% at the moment, which makes it the best performer out of all the ones today, followed by the Pulsechain and Pulsex and Incentive in that order. Best performer on the down day. So that's pretty much it on that. Let's go to PHEX at the moment. That is the chart for PHEX at the moment, 1.038 cents. haven't got EHEX up today, but the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is just tracking along there on the 15-minute chart here on investdex.io, which is a beautiful little render of EHEX and PHEX combined. And you can see it's just ticking away there at the moment. Still in a downtrend, but looking for that to pop up there. Definitely check out Toby One. He's doing a lot of stuff around Hex prices. Yeah, I think he did a last update yesterday. So well worth checking out on Twitter. What else there? Pulsex at the moment in the yield farming. So everyone's still earning pretty nice APRs on the old Pulsex V1. You've got DAI and Pulse at 110%, USDC at 102%, Wrapped ETH there and Pulse at 92%, and USD Tether there at 110%. So still very attractive APYs there for these pools. So a lot of people are enjoying that. We've got 20 million in the DAI pool there, 8 million in the USDC, 9 million in the Wrapped ETH, and 7.5 million in USD Tether. Looking pretty good. Now, I think we've had over the bridge, there's a bridge. I don't want to bring it up, but it's a very small graph, but it is just slightly down on the net inflows. So we've got inflows. Imagine you got a bathtub, you got inflows into that bathtub, then maybe you've got some outflows through a tube, something going out, maybe through the drain, and you got outflows going that way. So at the moment, we've had kind of a slightly net reduction. So the amount of water in the pool has just gone down a little bit, but we were watching that, of course, moving ahead. All right, so what else have we got? Pulsex Pulse is at 16%. Hex Pulse is at 23%. The incentive pools there are sitting very attractive at the moment, 85, 86%, 88% on those respectively for Pulse and Pulsex. So they're looking pretty good. And, of course, a lot of people are jumping over to the V2 where you earn the fees. Remember, V1, all the fees are going to the buy and burn for Pulsex. But over on V2, you earn 0.22% of the 0.29% fees. Only 0.07% goes to the buy and burn. So that is the number. You can go to the pools. You can rank these, of course. Sometimes this shows up for me and renders. Other times it doesn't. It's not rendering for me now. But if you go here, you'll actually see the APRs for the pools. And, of course, you do have to do your due diligence on those pools. Are they a good peer to be in? Do they have good volume? Do they have good APR? Is it worth you going in vis-a-vis impermanent loss and permanent gain? And, of course, remember, unlike V1, you don't get to mint out incentive tokens and claim them all the time, which is kind of a fun feature that people get addicted to. But you actually, you get the gains of the fees accrue inside the the LP there as well. You only get that when you exit, and hopefully you've got some, or you got some permanent gain there. So that's pretty much it. All right, so that's pretty cool. We're waiting for single-side staking pools, of course. Now, we don't know when that will be. Of course, Richard talked about being experimental, so we'll see what happens in that space, and that's a wild card at the stage. That's kind of cool. That leads us on to the top PRC 20s at the moment. The best performer is Link at the moment. It is up 9.5%, and that's at $7.15. So let's have a quick look at the top PRC 20. And, of course, we're in price discovery mode, right? End of day 89. End of day 89. Yeah, end of day 89. Wow, that's crazy, man. And of course, we're just ticking along there. Let's have a look at the daily on that. That's the chart there. So it's pretty much still moving sideways, but has had a nice update today for the old Link. It's got 140. It's only got hardly any liquidity in it, which is really why I don't like looking at the returns by liquidity. But let's switch it out there. Even though we've got this bigger performance, Pepe is up 7%. Matic is up 5% as well, but the liquidity pools on those are very small. So let's go by liquidity. And we've got two pools that are over 100,000 based on my list here. We've got Wrap Bitcoin at $23.16. That's down 2%. And Pepe is down 4.4% when you get to the bigger pool, 140K there. Everything else is pretty much down on the big pools. That leads us on to the meme coins. So look who's the best performer at the moment. On the percentage-wise, we've got We Pulse. Pulsex is a little project that somebody's trying to shill on Twitter. So good luck to them. Detached Soul is one of our community members. He launched a token. That's up 69%. He's slowly getting a little bit of increase there. There's not much in liquidity pool, remember. So good luck to Detached Soul there with that. Interesting experiment for sure. Fluffy Slippers is there at 3K. That's pretty much negative. Everything else is down. If we look by liquidity size, which is typically what you want to do, then we got where did the ETH go? That's the meme coin from 9inch. That's down 29%. So some profit taking going on with the 9inch coin now. There we go. So there we are. Congratulations for those that got the airdrop. Where did the ETH go? 9inch airdrop. And of course, we're waiting for the 9-inch. They had to do some changes with their and optimizations with their audit. They gave us a time frame about 1 to 4 weeks. So there could be any in the next 2 weeks, say something like that, maybe 3 weeks. We're waiting for 9-inch update. No update today on that. And now looking forward to it because they had $16 million on 9-inch Sacrifice, right? So it's a pretty big protocol. I call it a big, medium-sized protocol. We're watching to see how that plays out. All right. Now that's obviously going to benefit all the meme coins, Poor Pleb and Pulse Dodge, PLD, both founders coins for 9-inch. So they're expected to get single-sided staking support and get BBC token airdrop. So it's going to be fun to see that play out too. They do have a ramp-up launch phase over the first few days. So that's something that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out as well, particularly around the 9-inch token itself, trying to make, give it upward price pressure. Although they have the offsetting features, they have some big referrers in there. So we may see some big referrer wicks in there. We're looking out for those. So we're going to be I'm staying on the sidelines, but if I see those referral wicks in there, we could be in like Flynn. All right. The other one is, of course, Dodge is down there from Jeff Goodacres. That's down 60% as well. That's pretty much some of the ones we're following on the meme coin list that aren't top PRC 20s, right? These are that leads us into the Pulsechain projects. And of course, this is our main list of all the projects that have launched. The best performing one today is based on percentage of return, 24 hours, is Trust Swap from Jeff Goodacres, 25%. So we're going to look at this chart. It's got a little green candle today, but on the daily, that's the daily candle there as well. So it's pretty much at the bottom, bounced off the bottom there, 0.003 up to 0.004, so 4/10 of a penny there as well. That is a Trust Swap. They do have some more projects, I think, coming to Pulsechain, if I remember rightly. TYRH is number 2, up 6%. So nice one there. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it just started thumping with rain. New all-time high for TYRH. Just keeps on going up and up and away. It is at 4/10 of a penny as well. It's the same price as Trust Swap. How about that? So there we are on Pulsechain, 0.004 cents. So absolutely crushing it on the old price there. We've got Velocimeter is up 3.8%. Pulse Kitten is up 3%. Those kind of the leaders there at the moment. The top liquidity pools, however, if we switch to that, is Halgo, TYRH, Tetra there, which has performed very well for the staking pools. And of course, it's Tex coming up as well. Prate there from Pulse Rate is up, is at 126,000. Beetroot, of course, is up 125,000 at the Privacy Hub. So they're all ticking away their time. Dividend from Internet Money is at 105,000. Those are all the big pools over 100,000 at the moment. We've got Daytona Finance. We have to add that up together. That is down 9% as well at the moment. So that's kind of where we are there. All right. That is that. Let's jump over to our final category, stable coins on Pulsechain. Yeah, boy. We're going to have 3 stable coins at least, which is CST, the fiat back one. And of course, we're going to have 2 more when Power City and Liquid Loans launch, PXDC from Power City and USDL from Liquid Loans. And we're looking forward to those. Now, the thing with this is that with CST, they've got 2 payment methods at the moment, wired payments and ACH payments. The ACH payments have just started flowing through. It takes a couple of days for those. The wire payments are pretty quick, but ACH takes a couple of days. That money's just started flowing through. So there's a lot more in the house now. The biggest pool is on V2, Coast Rat Pulse. It's got $56,000 on here. There's also a pool on PHUX as well, the Balancer Fork from the PH Universe guys, and that's out there as well. But on PulseX, there's $56,000 on this one. And the price at the moment is below a peg, which is it is kind of silly, but this is what happens in peg markets. You can redeem this. You can buy this for 93 cents. Arguably, you've got some slippage, but you can buy it for 93 cents and you could redeem it for $1. So it's kind of, it's a bit slow to the old arbitrage. But there we are. If you're in the United States, you could buy a little bit and make at least 5% and then redeem it for $1. There we are. How about that? Now, obviously, there's only 56K in liquidity, so you got slippage issues there to maybe offset that gain, but that's pretty much it on the old CST. Let's have a quick look at the wallet and see how much is in there. Woohoo! $326,278. So it really is rising in the amount of CST that gets issued. So that's kind of cool. And of course, you can think of CST as $1, even though it's 93 cents, but it's kind of, that's the idea. And of course, $1, 110 addresses so far. So this is actually really climbing. I think we're expecting at least maybe 1,000 people have gone through. I know that Crypto Coffee has covered this. and because he's in the United States, so he can put his referral code out on this and all that. It's pretty cool. And yeah, it's 110 addresses so far, and that's been minting out. So we'll be going to look at this going into the millions, right? We're going to get this to the millions and potentially tens of millions. That's where we want to head with the CST. You're going to see when the referral code's out for everybody. Everybody will be, spreading that around, as well as the Go Pulse X swap as well. It's going to have referrals too. These are, I think, they're modest referrals, but I think they're going to be really, really useful in terms of the community being able to push them out there. So it's kind of cool. All right, that is pretty much it. That's our 5 categories of coins that we follow on, or tokens that we follow on Pulsechain, and they're doing pretty well. We're going to get into Hex daily stats as well. Day 1346, hot off the press. But until that comes out, let's talk quickly about the validators. We've got 37,241 validators at the moment. And of course, the gas prices are also super cheap, 608 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. Crazy, right? It will cost you 2 cents to do a PulseX swap. It'll cost you $11.70 to do a swap on Ethereum at the moment. And of course, we're 801 times cheaper than Bitcoin. And as Richard Art said on that video, we are basically like opening up another McDonald's where people the overflow can come in our McDonald's and have the best time ever. Super cheap to operate, super fast. And of course, the upside in projects is dramatic compared to over on Ethereum. So really is cool there. And hey, look, compounding interest on Ethereum, much easier to do for the retail book because it's so cheap to operate. So really exciting now. So we're waiting for day 1346 to come out. Where is the end of day 89 on Pulsechain? We're about to start day 90, which is technically, I guess, the 3-month mark. So yeah, let's get there. Let's get there to another day till 3 months on Pulsechain, and you're still early. 3 to 6 months at least, accumulate, dollar cost average, all that good stuff. It really is fun times on Pulsechain. Yeah, and we're waiting for Pulse X swap there. It's going to have referral codes out there soon. At the moment, of course, you can swap fee-free, and that is fun too. It's pretty good. All right, we've got a bit of a battle too between the swapping features as well. We've got Pulse out there, Go Pulse, and others out, PHUX, all combating there based on their different technologies. I've heard some pretty good things from Pulse actually in terms of savings and speed, but Go Pulse is pretty fast as well. So we've got some new tech in here really helping with the swapping as well. Now we're going to cover that in more detail. Let's go to the Pulse price. At the moment, Pulse price is at $0.0543. Let's go to the hourly chart here as well. And before we get into the Hex daily stats, let's catch up into the comments in here as well. Let me jump back up here. Let's go back. How far back do I have to go? How far back? What was the last comment I read out? Let me go back here. Someone's going to answer me there. We got up to there. I says, Charity says, I was going to switch wallets to Internet Money once they're out of beta. I agree with that. Ivor says, any singles going to Sydney, but we got up to that too. Internet Money is awesome. Toby One says, be sure to see. Yeah, we got up to that too. Randy has there. This is where we're up to. Randy Shields Oryx wallet. Yeah, Oryx. There's Oryx wallet out there. Internet Money wallet, of course, which has swapping on PulseX V1 and V2. So that's kind of good, but it's still in final beta. So we don't want to be upfront about that, right? It's important. Check My Pulse. Woohoo! Good to see you. Check My Pulse. RH wallet. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. So that could be quite a wild card. That could cause some quite excitement, and it may also have attached to it a sacrifice. We'll see. Richard might do things a bit different, so we'll probably see what happens there. I've got some other alternatives that Richard could do for that, and we'll see what he comes up with there. It's going to be fun. He did say that the last update I heard is that he had 1 or 2 devs working on the project. That was the last sort of update, but we will wait quietly for that because that's going to be huge, right? You can imagine how many people in his community would download that. It'd be a lot. Wallets make me nervous, says Charity. Yeah, well, you could do your due diligence on these things, Charity. But it seems to be working pretty well so far, as what I can tell is the Internet Money wallet. That's the one I want. Love Boat in Sydney. Yeah, the Love Boat. Yeah. Maybe they'll have a tattoo, or that's the wrong one. I'm thinking of what's that? The Love Island. What's that one? The tattoo. I can't remember. No, the Love Boat. Yeah. I'm trying to remember Captain Stubing. Yeah, Captain Stubing is on the Love Boat. That's the one. Julie was on the Love Boat. Did you know that Michael J. Fox they had so many celebrities. Michael J. Fox was one celebrity on there as a young, I think he was like a young teenager on there. He was probably like 5 years older than he actually was, and how old he looked. Sandy says, "Oh, I'm not going to Sydney. You're in the United States. It's probably a bit harder for you to get to Sydney there." MetaMask being an insider could be a great news for IM. Love that. We earn fees. Absolutely, yeah. Why pay $100 million to MetaMask when they betray us, and you can get the money instead if you download Internet Money Wallet? That's true. Brendan says, "I'm not single, but I'm ready to mingle." That's terrible, Brendan. Archie says, I got to shake Big K's hand last week at the highest stakes in Chicago. He's a good dude, says Archie. Nice one. That's a great feedback on there. Big K, Big K's a big star in that, isn't he? I haven't seen it, but I'm just going by feedback that people have. Terry Doc says the high stakes is coming to Scotland. Woo! Oh, nice one, Terry Doc. That's great news. So early says, check my pulse. Yep, it is still super early on Pulsechain. Go Pulse Hex. Gross dollars theaters would be a better metric. Yeah, that would be better. A ratio metrics typically better. The always questions I have depending on the gross dollars depends. Sometimes it's relevant when you got the numerator on the ratio that you've got the structure and any other issues around that can make ratios not so valid. But generally speaking, heavy shall be the bags of the faithful, says check my pulse. Oh, thank you, says Hex Token from Sandy Beach. Nice one. Right, so let's jump through some of these comments. Magic Cup Ride in the house, representing Magic Cup Ride. Actually, I need to cover Magic Cup Ride because you guys have been up to some stuff, haven't you? So I need to catch up on that. My bad on that one. Need to follow up on that. So I'll try and talk about that in the future. Thank you, everybody. Please follow me too. I'm trying to get my followers up so I can add some good stuff for Excellence. Absolutely, Sandy. Adam followed you. Nice. Pterodox says, hopefully rates drop soon. My mortgage is killing me. Yeah, this is a big point, right? So that the interest rates are going up. What are they in the United States? There must be, I haven't looked recently. The last time I checked, there was 7.8. But I think they must be still up around that point, if not slightly over 8%. That's pretty big. It's certainly big in New Zealand here. Not so bad in Australia, but the rates are rising in Australia. They were sort of a bit slow to move. Looks like they're getting more aggressive there in Australia with interest rates. But yeah, it's not fun at all. LFG, love my wallet, so check my pulse. Dear Richard Hart, if it's not too much trouble, could you add a buy button in the wallet to auto swap for Hex, Pulse Hex? Also request payment option for peer-to-peer payments. Thanks in advance. Nice one. I'm sure he's thinking about that stuff too. Magic Cup Ride says Barista is almost finished. Unique automated front end for liquid lines. Yeah, that's going to be great. Well done on that one. That's going to be very popular. All right. We're still so early, so much coming out. Who knows what the future holds? That's true. Toby One's got a bounce. Great stream as always. Keep up the great work. Hey, thanks, Toby. Shout out to you. Have a good day. Have a good day. Sam Cooker as well. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Dan Wednesday. Pump it. Absolutely. Let's see what else we got going. I'll jump through some of these. Might miss some of your updates. It's me. Easy says P dies up like 80%. Really? Well, that's interesting. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Detached Soul. Thanks, man. Good luck to everybody. Absolutely. We got Hex Dad with the oranges. Hex orange address, baby, says Hex Dad. Nice one. Yeah, we've been slammed by the oranges in the last couple of live streams. The orange Hexkins have been slamming us. BlackRock is getting their ETFs in a few months. BTC to 70K by 2024. DCA is the way we're all before institutions and retail. Nice little insight there. ABIT has arrived. Never fear. Orange is here. I was just talking about orange slamming, and here's ABIT in the house. He's the one of the leaders there. Hex Dad and ABIT Hex there, smashing it out with the oranges. Barista is coming, and is indeed. We look forward to it. Yeah, okay. If you in-stake early on, you get a 55% on a penalty. Yeah, penalty on there. It's like a tax, but you can play with words, but it's pretty much you're getting a cost on there. If you if you serve the entire 55-day length of the stake, there's no tax. That's right. That's correct. Yeah, if you fill it out, yeah. It's only if you early in stake. That's what I said. Yep. I think we're on the same page now. Hexpress says, let's grovel, says with the oranges. All right, who's jumping out here? Adam Chadwick says, just minted my first CST today. The Coast guys are determined, it seems. They absolutely are. So that's fantastic. Congratulations, Adam. PSI says, I love what the Coast team has done. Absolutely. Pulse Buzzer says, EHEX. Yeah, EHEX still there. It's still not gone anywhere. Tattoo was Fantasy Island. Yeah. I botched it up. Isaac was a bartender. Yeah, so we got Captain Stubing as the captain. Julie was what she was customer. I don't know what she was actually. Customer service. Isaac was the bartender. Yeah, Isaac was funny. He was funny. The whole crew were. The whole cast was amazing on that show. Gabe says buying these dits. I think PLS could go any. I think PLS could go any lower. Well, we are in price discovery. And I did have the Fibonacci. Did I have the Fibonacci up? Let's put the fib back on. Have I got the fib? Where's my fib gone? I had the Fibonacci. I've lost it. Am I on the wrong pair? Maybe I'm on the wrong pair. I had the. I'm not on the daily. Let's go to the daily. I thought I had the Fibonacci on there. What happened? Oh, I've hidden it. Bam. All right, Fibonacci. Yeah. Well, we pierced through the 61.8. So we've gone down twice now to quadruple 05147. So still not out of the woods yet. But hey, look, we're almost there, I think. So quadruple 05166 could still maybe test that for a third time, but otherwise we're pretty much looking stable there. Market stable, so maybe we'll be okay here. Gabe. Elevate Fitness, what do you think about Axion? Yeah, I'm going to do an update on that on Superman Crypto in the future. Stay tuned for that later on. QQ's in the house there. DCA, woo, definitely DCA. Charity says as well, how is Australia with crypto right now? I hear they're worse than us. I think you might be right about that. I think you might be right. Try to buy red candles, but every time I buy it, it goes a little lower. So I'm a little more, I'm very happy. Yeah. Well, dollar cost averaging is really critical, right? That's why you this sort of DCA, even if you're doing it, buying multiple times a day. Gopher was the Yemen person. Yeah, Gopher was funny too. Gopher and the bartender were pretty funny. Now, what's his name? Isaac. Yeah, Isaac. Yeah. I don't know if we can watch that legally. I might watch some of that in Discord. Charity, I want to visit Oz so bad, says Sandy. Yeah, well, Sandy, Australia's designed for you. You love beaches. Australia's just one big beach with a desert in the middle. That's pretty much it. It's surrounded by beaches. But New Zealand's the same. New Zealand's just surrounded by beaches. But they're actually quite different. The heat's a lot hotter in Australia. Here it's more, I don't know, it's more, I don't want to say it. So is it quasi rainforest? I don't know. It feels like that. I love beaches. Yeah. Well, Australia and New Zealand got some of the best beaches in the world. Easy peasy. So you're most welcome to come down Sandy Beach and enjoy the sand. We got black sand beaches, Sandy. They're so black and hot when the sun's out. They get so damn hot. The black sandy beaches. We got the most. They make steel out of our sand off the beaches. We've got white sand, so glistening white and pure and true. It's crazy down here. The white sand. We got the most purest water ponds in the world in the top of the South Island, and the water is so pure. It's the most purest natural water. It is insane. You can look down, just right down to the bottom, and it's like so deep, and it's as clear as day. The sun shines through it, bam, and you can see the bottom. You look at it and you go, "Is this real? Is it real?" You look at it, you go, "Is that real?" But yeah, it is so clear. It's unbelievable. It really is amazing. Anyway, enough hype about that. That was so much fun. Brendan says one beach with a desert. Yeah, that's a new saying from me. All right, I gotta not get myself in trouble with the Australians. Matt Troutwell says, "I love New Zealand." Yeah. It's a great place to be. We just got to change our government, and we'll be all good. Super, stop it, please. No more flex. Yeah. Sandy Beach says, I'll wear beach shoes on the black beaches. You would want to, yeah, 100%. When the sun's out on those things, man, It is, and they're big too. They're not little beaches. They're, got big black sand embankments, and sometimes they have sand dunes as well. Up north, in the north, there's whole hills that's covered with black sand. It's insane. It's insane, and yeah, pretty crazy. Anyway, enough about beaches. I'm getting too carried away. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's get to the Hex Daily Stats. Day 1346, folks. Hot off the press, 9th of August, 2023. We got the price of Hex on Ethereum, or EHEX, is at 0.0516, so just over half a penny. We got the Hex payout per T-share is at 6.589. So another good day in the office. Share rate is 0 increase, where it's 28,985. Hex is earlier pays better, longer pays better, and bigger pays better in Hex. So there we are. Average mining length 7.11 years. We got 39.19% APY. Now that's over all the existing T shares. Some of them got very cheap share rates, all that sort of stuff. Just take that into account. Liquidity in the pool: 212,000 Hex in the pool, $250,000 in the pool USDC, and 49 Ethereum as well. The ownership pool is down 4,800 T shares. Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool and ownership pool. The ownership pool has got T shares in it, stands for trillions of shares. And of course, that can go up or down. It's gone down 4,800 today. And now there are 9,851,000 T shares in the ownership pool. And of course, they share that reward pool every day. Kind of cool. Let's jump over to the lock percentage of coins. 9.3% of all Hex is locked on Ethereum. We've got 352,000 in penalties. So that's pretty modest. We've actually had quite high penalties the last 10 days, but that's pretty modest today. Liquid holders are down 8 liquid holders, but we're up 6 on the mining numbers. So very nice. Spread the word, more miners, get your T shares, mint your own Hex. Hex is a mutable code. There's no one in there. It's just you and the code, and you mint your own Hex. You mint your own T shares, and when you're mining with T shares, you eventually mint back your Hex later on, and plus the rewards that you get on that. So it's kind of cool. Up 620,395. That's pretty much it on the old EHEX. We've got PHEX as well. Day number 89 on Pulsechain. We got the 9th of August, of course. The price is just over 1 penny, so twice as high as the Ethereum side. We've got the payout, though, is way higher than on the EHEX side today because of penalties. We're at 6.927, which is a pretty good payout. We've got a dot day in the share rate, so no change to that. The average mining length is shorter on the Pulsechain, 7.02 years. And, of course, the APY rate there, 40.61%, with penalties is higher on the Pulsechain side today. What else? The ownership pool on the Pulsechain side. So you can buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain. And, of course, at hex.com. Check it out in the video description. We've got the total shares in the ownership pool on Pulsechain, 9,889,784. So there are more shares on that side. That's because it's so cheap over there. It's cheap to do things, right? What else? We've got the lock percentage of coins. 9.48% of all Hex is locked on Pulsechain. We've got massive penalties today. 7.5 million in Hex penalties on the Pulsechain side. It has been absolutely incredible on the Pulsechain side for what, the last 30 days? We're going back 20 days, 30 days. Look at that thing. 40 days? No, not quite. 30 days. Let's say 30 days. Huge penalties on Pulsechain over that period of time with the price volatility. And, of course, the SEC event, the Black Swan event there. But, of course, DeFi, the code is immutable on blockchain. And that's the Pulsechain is the people's chain. So nothing changing much there. Down 3 on the liquid holders, up 7 on the miners, and we're up 123,780. So there's about 3,300, 3,400 more miners on the old Pulsechain side. That is the results. And, of course, hex.com. Check it out in the video description. What are we going to say? We're on day 1347 on Ethereum. And we're on day number 90 on Pulsechain. Can you believe it? 90. Look at that. Woohoo! You can see it in the top right. 90 there is what we're started. And, of course, we've got 24 hours to go. And that would be 24 hours to go until 3 months. You know, if we use 30-month day calendar, 24 hours until we reach the 3-month mark. Pretty exciting there as well. So that is pretty much it. Have you guys enjoyed today's live stream? Have you enjoyed talking about all the cool things that's happening on the Pulsechain tour with SJ Wild? It was pretty fun, right? And, of course, health and fitness, we covered that too. I'm going to try to be covering, probably going to do some more how-to type of videos and on onboarding and things like that. So I'm going to cover that. Obviously, we've done heaps of stuff on DeFi We're going to be doing a lot more of that when the Pulsechain projects launch very soon. We're waiting for the oracles, of course. And of course, who knows, single-sided staking pools may come out any random time, and we'll see what happens in that space too. All right, here we are on Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 061688. We're up to an hour and 10 minutes, so we're going to wrap up now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to play out the highest of stakes teaser video because that's how we rock and roll. We've got our own movie in the movie theaters, and of course, it's good to have one, right? What other community has their own crypto community has their own movie in the theaters in the United States, and we see that they're going to the UK, right? So it's going to be expanding all over the place. All right, what else we got in here? Let's go through all the beach talk because we got sidetracked with the beaches because we love beaches. Jonah says any place that looks like the Lord of the Rings is cool with me. Yeah, that's where they filmed a lot of Lord of the Rings in New Zealand. Look, they filmed a lot of cool stuff, but they didn't even show a lot of the best stuff in the movies. Honestly, they took some wide open scapes and stuff, but there are some amazing places that I didn't even get to look at. Maybe because it's some of it's particularly, there's so much stuff they didn't even show. I mean, it's unbelievable. So if you think you saw a lot of New Zealand in there, hey, mate, there's so much cool stuff to see. It really is cool. And experience. It's an experience, and it's really crazy. It's not like no place else in many ways. Sunshine Coast, yeah, beautiful for beaches, beat life there. I love it. Reminds me of Home and Away. If you guys know Home and Away TV series, that was pretty cool. Mark Capright says no black beaches in Australia. Yeah, I didn't know you had none on there, which is kind of surprising given such minerals all over the place. But it's just the volcanic, I guess, nature of New Zealand. Thanks, Superman says Gabe. Hey, you're welcome. I gotta jump. Brandon, man, family channel. What else there? How will the Pulsex ratio play out? I think it's going to flip back. Pulsex. I'm expecting a relative move in Pulsex, given the DeFi lending and the single-sided staking. Those are the kind of drivers for that. All right, let's play out the cool movie here. Let's do it. Says check my pulse. Take care. All says lies beneath. We got the hang loose sign there from Drix. Thanks again from QQ and Pterodoc later peeps. Cheers, Hex Token. Hey, you're welcome. Catch you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Yeah, is that the deal? I think so. Let's play out the highest of stakes. Take care, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself and have a great day as always. And I'm going to try and do my day number 23 walk, which is my cool thing to do. All right, take care. Bye for now. Peace out.
Heart. Genius.
Legendary.
The arrogant. Bit of a narcissist. The benevolent king.
250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. Than the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All of our house money.
No, I don't think that it's a scam. Because I trust Richard Hart.
Diff, ultimately, this is all a big performance art project. People are gonna get fucked.
So that means I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you get the crap scammed out of you.